Hey everyone, Simcha Baum here. Hope you're doing alright. Let's do another episode for our podcast. Now, I am sorry that I haven't gotten out more episodes lately. Have been a bit busy, but we're going to try to get more on it. Try to put out more content more often. Hopefully, do it every once in a while, like more bi-weekly. That's what I'm thinking. Like every other week, we'll put out another episode. Hopefully, this time we get on track and we get the ball rolling. So, let's begin today's episode. So, today's question of the day is, do you need to work out to lose weight? Well, the short answer is of course no. Well, it's really interesting. How come every single person, when he goes to a professional to ask what he should do to lose weight, they will always tell him to go exercise? How come you go to a doctor, the doctor says, hey, listen, Mr. A, you are putting on too much weight. I think it's time that you get yourself a bike or you start running. Or if you go to professional personal trainers, you read their ads. I make their ads. These ads always will tell you, you want to lose weight? Come to us. We do personal training. We have weight loss programs. What is the whole hype of exercise with weight loss if the answer to my question is you don't need to do exercise to lose weight? Well, to answer that question, we're going to first have to jump into what do you need to do to lose weight? So let's get into it. What do you need to do to lose weight? What takes you from a 300-pound body to a 200-pound body? What's the secret formula? Is it a special drink? Is it a special diet? Is it the carnivore diet, the keto diet, the gluten-free diet? What's the secret? How can you get yourself down? How can you keep the weight down? Is it a special pill? Is it a special fruit? Is it a special nut? Is it organic or healthy foods? Is that what does it? Well, to answer this question, no, it isn't that. It's none of these special stuff, and if you thought it was one of these special stuff, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, it's a lot simpler than that. Well, simpler in the sense of to understand it. So let's explain how it works. The way your system works is like this. Every single person is different, but the bodies of everybody works the same. We need to have energy to able to have our body function. And then we need to have energy to able to do stuff throughout the day, like go to work, go to the gym, work out, lifting heavy stuff, all those type of stuff. So we are going to take both of these and split it into two separate stuff. There's the BMR, which stands for basal metabolic rate. That is what your body needs to be able to take energy. Sorry, I apologize. Let's restart that. BMR is what your body needs to able to just function without anything. If you were to lay now in bed and do nothing the whole day, how much energy will you need to consume to able to function? Just your body, your brain, your heart, your nervous system, all those type of stuff. Then there's something called your TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure. That is how much energy your body needs per day when you go work out, when you go to work, when you lift boxes, you have to, your job as a construction worker, you're carrying up bricks. You're moving, you need more energy. So that is your TDEE. What the energy is calories. That's the energy that our body uses as an energy source. Now let's see how your body uses this energy, and I'm going to explain how your body uses this energy with a mushal, with a parable, with an analogy. So let's get into it. Let's say you get yourself a job, and every single month you make $1,000. And every single month you have a bill of $1,000. But at the end of the month, how much money will you have? I'll give you a second to think. Well, if you guessed 0, you got it right. Because every month you're putting in $1,000, and every month you're paying off your bill and you're taking off $1,000. What happens if one month you get yourself a new job and now you're putting in $1,100 in the bank every single day? Okay, so what's going to happen with that extra $100? Your bill is still $100. Sorry, $1,000. What is happening with that extra $100 that you put into the bank? Well, it's going to stay in the bank and it's going to start building up. You're going to put in $1,000 and you're going to take out $1,000 and you're going to leave $100, and the next you're going to put in another $1,100, and then you're going to have $200 in your bank, and so on and so forth. And your bank account is slowly going to start growing. What happens if one day you had to take off work for something, an emergency came up, whatever it is, and you only put into the bank $900, but you still have a bill of $1,000? Where is the bank going to take the money from to able to pay off your bill of $1,000? Well, the bank is going to take from your reserve that you put aside. Your body works exactly the same way. Your body works by something called the first law of thermodynamics. And the first law of thermodynamics states, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can be converted from one form to another. So let me explain to you how this works in weight loss terms. Your body can take the energy that you consume, which is calories, and it can either use it as energy or store it as fat. It can't just delete it or get rid of it. There's no secret fruit that's going to shred your fat. Your body can't do that. It's either going to use it or it's going to store it for a later time of use. This is like a backup system that Hashem created, that God created, that if you ever in a situation where you need to have more energy, your body can take it out of your fat. So if that's the case, if that's how your body works, this is a very easy, simple question you can ask. Why is there so much hype around so many different diets? What is this? And another thing, Binam, you're going to say to me, look, I know a friend. He did this whatever diet, keto diet for a long time, or he did this gluten-free diet for a long time, or a carnivore diet for a long time, and look, he lost tons of weight. He's in the best shape of his life. You see, it worked for him. Why are you saying that it doesn't work? So I'm going to explain myself. Number one, the reason why magazines, fitness magazines and nutritionists and other type of people love to say these type of diets is because it sells. If I were to tell you that your body works with TDEE, I would make one article, I would resell that article once, and that's it. That's all you would need to know, because it would work. And why would someone buy another article on another diet if the diet that you do works? You see, if a lot of people do keto diet, and some people it does work, and some people it doesn't work, people are still going to look. If you go and try a diet for 5 months, and you'll see you lost 10 pounds, and then you got a plateau, so now you're looking for, what are you going to do? You're automatically going to go and look for another diet. And this is why fitness magazines love so much to make these special workouts that will help you shred your fat, or a special diet, or special fruit, or special pill that is the magical secret to all your weight loss problems. That sells copies. Now, for the question that you might ask, how come I know people that have done certain diets and have been successful? It's very simple. Let's say you know a guy, Mr. A, he was very overweight. He goes and he decides he's going to do a gluten-free diet. He does a gluten-free diet, and you see him a couple months later, and he is 20, 30, 40 pounds thinner than he was before. You're like, great, that is the secret to my weight loss. To be honest with you, not necessarily. He lost weight because he stopped eating pizza, stopped eating cottage cake, stopped drinking most of the alcohols that have gluten inside. All he's eating right now is meat and some yogurts and some other foods and he doesn't like gluten-free bread, so he stopped eating it. So now he's eating more healthier stuff. He has to find healthier alternatives. So he's eating less calories than he consumed before. Of course he's going to lose weight. The rule still stands. As long as you're below your TDEE, as long as you're consuming less calories than your body needs to consume, you will lose weight. The same thing is with a keto diet. The same thing is with a carnivore diet. If you start a carnivore diet, which is basically you're just eating meat, you're not going to eat all the other junk food that you usually eat. You used to eat a pizza for breakfast for some weird reason, and you would have I don't know, some pasta for lunch, now you're only eating meat, of course you're going to lose weight. What do you think is going to happen? You're consuming so much less calories. That's why these diets work. I'm not saying it's going to work for everyone. Look, trust me. If you're going to go and consume 10,000 calories worth of meat when you're supposed to be eating 2,000 calories a day, you are going to put on weight, whether you like it or not. And same vice versa. If you are supposed to consume 2,000 calories a day and you're consuming 1,000 calories of donuts each day and that's it, you're not eating anything else, you do that long enough, you will lose weight. I am not saying that it's healthy necessarily. What I mean by not healthy, meaning it's not healthy to eat 1,000 calories worth of donuts and nothing else. You're not going to get the nutrients that you need. You may feel sick like a dog, but you will lose weight. The fact of the matter still stands. You're going to lose weight, and that's it. So, here comes the big question. So, if that's the case, if all I need to do is just follow this TDEE, take off whatever amount of percentage, which we're going to go into in another episode one day, Mir Hashem, God willing, we'll do a whole discussion on how to use this TDEE, how to figure out how much calories to eat below, what you got to do. But if this is true, and that's the case, how come so many people say you want to lose weight, you got to exercise? And the answer to that question is very simple. There's been studies, they've done studies on people who try to lose weight. And they found that people who exercise while they're doing a diet, so they do diet and exercise, they supplement the diet with exercise, tend to not only lose weight, but keep the weight down, which is what everybody really wants. Nobody wants to go on a diet, and 5 months later, when they get off the diet, they're fatter than where they were before. They put on more weight, they look in the mirror and they're like, ugh, I look worse than I was before. It sucks. Let's be honest. It really, really does. You put in so much effort, you went to your friend's party, you wanted to eat a piece of that cake, and now you were told you couldn't eat it because you were doing some voodoo diet that helps your fat make circles, and that's how you lost weight, by not eating specifically cakes that had the color blue on it, and now you put all your weight back on. So this is a good enough reason. But why does it work that way? How come when you exercise, while you're dieting, do you keep your weight down? And there's two answers to this. Well, there's really one answer, and then there's another reason. I apologize. There's one answer, and then there's another reason why you should exercise while you're dieting, and we're going to jump into it in a second. So let's first give the reason, how come when you exercise while you're losing weight, do you tend to keep your weight down? And the answer for that question is this. Number one, if you go and do a very big calorie deficit, that means you consume less calories than your body is required to eat each day, which that makes you lose weight. And you do that for long enough, you will lose weight. But your body doesn't like it. And the reason your body doesn't like it is because your body doesn't like to drop weight or put on weight. Your body likes to do what's called stay at an equilibrium. It doesn't like going up or down. It likes when everything is plain and simple, you know, it's not too complicated, you're not changing, you're not going to put on more muscle, we're not gonna, your body's basically very lazy. It likes to, let's stick to what we're used to. It doesn't care that you are not healthy. It doesn't matter to it. So what ends up happening is two stuff. Number one, when you start losing weight, your body eventually is going to start saying, hey, look, I use fat as a backup source for when I don't have energy. For when I don't have energy. Right now, I'm using this backup source of fat every single day for the past month or two. I'm afraid that I'm not getting any food. How am I going to survive? What am I going to do? So your body does a simple thing. Let's get rid of some muscle, because this person isn't using muscle. You're not working out. You know, you don't really need this much muscle. There's a lot of extra muscle here. Muscle consumes a lot more energy than fat. Let's just use up some of the muscle. And what that's going to do is two stuff. Number one, you're going to lose weight. Muscle so much heavier than fat, you're going to lose so much weight. And number two, your BMR is going to drop. By that, what I mean by that is like this. Since your muscle consumes so much more energy than fat, when you take off muscle, your basal metabolic rate drops. That means the amount of energy your body needs per day to survive went lower. So let's say you're a guy that needed to eat 2,000 calories a day to just for your BMR to just work, your system to work, okay? And we're going in a situation where the guy doesn't move, he doesn't need to move, he's just laying in bed the whole day. And you start eating every single day 1,800 calories a day. You start losing weight. You're not moving. Your body's like, look, we have so much extra muscle. If we just get rid of 200 calorie consuming muscle that we don't use every single day, look what's just going to happen. We're going to take our body down to 1,800 calories for our BMR. And now what ends up happening is a person stops losing weight. That's A. And B, what ends up happening is when the person gets off his diet, before he was on his diet, he used to overconsume 400 calories a day. He used to eat 2,400 calories a day when he was supposed to eat 2,000 calories a day. Now he's consuming the same amount of calories, so 2,400. And this is why a person puts on so much more weight when he bounces back. Because he's eating, instead of only eating 400 calories more, now he's eating 600 calories more because his BMR dropped from 2,000 calories a day to 1,800 calories a day. And that's why exercising prevents muscle loss, because your body's using the muscle. Your body doesn't want to get rid of stuff that you're using. So it helps you prevent your BMR from dropping. So this, when you finish your diet, even if you go back to eating and you decide to stop exercising altogether, at least you're not going to bounce back as bad. That's A. B, the second reason why exercise is so good for when you're doing weight loss is you're upping your BMR. If you go to the gym every day and start working out, you're going to put on muscle. It's just a fact of the matter. That's how the body works. When you decide to start working out, what you're doing is trying to put on muscle. Of course, in the beginning, most people say, I'm not trying to necessarily put on muscle. You might just want to exercise. I understand it. But you are going to put on some muscle because the fact of the matter is you started exercising. And in the beginning, your body puts on muscle because your body just likes it, because it's happy that you're working out. It releases dopamines. It's probably the only time that you don't have to really struggle with your body, fight with your body to say, hey, I want to put on muscle. After this, it's called beginner gains. It's like newbie gains. That's what they call it. It's newbie gains. After you get this newbie gain, and this is very interesting. I don't know why it works specifically this way. It's just a hormonal release, I guess, that your body has when you start working out, that your body's willing to put on muscle without a problem. It's not fighting you every step of the way, and you get to put on muscle. Now what that does is your BMR goes up. So it does two things. Number one, while you're dieting, you can eat more food because you're moving every day, using more energy to move. And B, when you get off your diet, since you had that muscle there, you used to only need to eat 2,000 calories a day to survive. Now you need to eat 2,100 or 2,200 calories a day to survive. So you're not consuming over the amount of energy that you needed. Plus you're working out. So now that you're working out, it's like you're consuming more energy per day to able to make your body work per day. So that is basically the main reasons why when you decide to go on a weight loss journey, one of the best moves you could do. Of course, you need to have a diet. One of the best moves you could do is also go to the gym and try to lose weight. Do any exercise, a couple hours a week, it could be 2-3 hours a week, and it's going to be very beneficial for your weight loss journey. Now, the third reason why I would recommend exercising over here, and this has nothing to do with weight loss, is the fact of the matter is, exercise is the biggest preventer of most or maybe all chronic diseases. And that is just a very good reason why to exercise. It prevents heart disease, it prevents cancer, it prevents lung diseases, it prevents diabetes, and so many other stuff. And that in itself should give you a very, very good reason to go out there, do some exercise, and get into good shape. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, do reach out. You can always go onto my website and check out our articles, our videos, our programs. I hope you really like it and you enjoy it. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. You have a wonderful day. And remember, go out there and build your strengths your way.